What's up YouTube, it is Alex here from Fish Tanks for the Win, and this is an update on my 35-gallon tropical tank. So I know I haven't done a video in this tank for absolutely ages, and there's been a reason for that. I did have a few fish that died on me. I had a bit of an ick outbreak, and that was caused by when I did the sort of substrate change in this tank. I left the filter off for too long, and yeah, basically I had to recycle the tank. Now the only fish that actually survived that ick was 2 colour skirt tetras and 7 of my neon tetras. So yeah, it was pretty sad. I mean, I lost all my swordtails, all my corridorus, my ancestors, so yeah, it wasn't too great. Anyway, it now gives me a blank canvas, so to speak, as far as stocking this tank goes. Now I don't want it to sound horrible, but it probably will. These are the 2 colour skirt tetras there. I've got a pink one and a peach one. The peach one seems to be a lot more dominant, and this will sound horrible, but I don't want them in the tank. I really don't, because when I bought these guys, I just started keeping tropical fish, and I didn't know about artificially dyed fish, and most of you guys will realise that these aren't actually naturally coloured fish, and when I bought them I didn't know that they were artificially dyed, and it was only quite a bit later that I realised that this wasn't their natural colour, that they were in fact white skirt tetras that had been dyed. So because of that, no aquatic shop will like take them in for me because they're artificially dyed, and you know, most aquatic shops don't sort of sell artificially dyed fish, so sort of stuck with them now. You know, I think they tend to nip at my neons quite a bit. I noticed that my neons sometimes have a little bit of frayed tails, just because these guys tend to nip at them quite a lot. They haven't got fin rot or anything like that, I know that, but they're a bit nippy. Anyhow, with the scape, I sort of neglected the tank for a little bit while I was busy with other stuff, and let algae sort of take over quite a lot. So I've cleared it up pretty well now. It's basically all gone, but there's still a few areas in the tank which just have a little bit left. A couple of the leaves of the Amazon sword just have a little bit of green hair algae on them. So obviously that's just going to be cleared up by like Seachem XL liquid carbon. That'll help clear that up. And just me getting in there and doing some water changes, really. I tested out my nitrates, and my nitrates are actually 0. My ammonia is at 0, my nitrites at 0. So the tank's being kept pretty good by these plants. The crypts there, those are crypts Wentai, the brown variety, and they have done absolutely amazing. I only had about 4 crypts, 4 plants in total. A couple there and a couple over that side. I moved them all over there, and that totally like got the plant substrate up and mixed with the gravel, and that it just made a complete mess. But I moved them all over there, and they've literally just taken off like weeds. Honestly, they are ridiculous how fast these guys grow. I took out all the Rotella indica from that side of the tank, and just trimmed that down quite a lot. Just because over there it looked nice and everything, but those Amazon swords get huge. Like you can see, they've already got pretty big. You know, they're like as tall as my tank is now, and this tank's 55 centimeters tall. So these guys are giants, and Amazon swords do get huge. I've got some small Amazon swords down there in my goldfish tank, but these guys get absolutely massive. So bear that in mind. Try not to plant sort of plants that will need a lot of light in front of them. Like the only things I've planted in front of them are hairgrass and Anubias. So Anubias will probably benefit from the shading of the leaves of the Amazons, because too much light on the Anubias and it will just grow a load of algae. So if we're giving it some more shade, it doesn't need a lot of light. It will still grow and be really great, but it won't develop algae. And with hairgrass, that doesn't need a lot of light anyway. So that'll be fine. With this hairgrass, what I'm going to do is cut that about half as short as it is now, probably, and just sort of create a sort of carpet with it. I'm going to get a couple more pots of that, and sort of create like a sort of channel coming through the bogwood there, and then hairgrass carpet that, maybe a couple of rocks, and maybe a bit of a Pergostamon Hellfairy just at the front here. So yeah, I've got various options I could do. as regards to like those bare stems of the Amazons there, I'm going to get another big, I think it's called Ryua, or I think I'm pronouncing that right, Ryua stone, which is what these grey stones are here, and they're like £8.83 a kilo. So those two rocks there and those two rocks there cost me £15, which is about, I don't know, about $18–19 so it's quite expensive stuff, but it comes from Japan. It's proper like aquascaping stuff, so I'm gonna get like a nice big bit to go behind there and like hide away those Amazon stems and the CO2 diffuser, which I'll be upgrading soon. I'm gonna be getting a bigger CO2 system. Obviously push some Anubias. I left it sort of half in the wall, in the mineral wall that it's in the pots, and sort of wedged it between the two rocks there, and the roots should go into the substrate, but I want to say bulbs which they grow out of, but I can't think of the name what these plants have. I'll think of it in a second, but what they have shouldn't be buried beneath the substrate or it will rot. Rhizome, that's what I'm trying to think of, sorry about that. Yeah, the rhizome on these plants, which is where the leaves stem from, shouldn't be buried, otherwise the plant will rot, so they should do fine there. And also I've done the same thing over there with that one. You just see a little bit of algae on that one because that just floated down and settled there. And same here, just in that gap there, I'll just put a nice big stone there just to hide some of the bare stem Rotella. Rotella tends to go bare at the bottom where it doesn't get as much light, and also just probably maybe another little stone in front there just to keep those crypts back from the Anubias, and that Anubias there is probably going to grow a little bit of algae, I'm not sure, but and also if I do get a bigger rock to go behind that one there, I could probably take some of this Java fern there and wedge that there just to create sort of another bit of a transition from the Rotella. Maybe put another Anubias there, just because that Java fern sort of blends in with that Amazon swords a bit too well for my liking. I like stuff to be contrasting, whereas the Anubias is more of a dark colour, different sort of shaped leaves to the Amazon, so I think that would look good there. As I said, Crypt's doing absolutely great. I'm going to have to start trimming them back there because I want that to be sort of like a path coming through here, just a path of bare gravel, where I'm going to have some more rocks and pagostum in there. I re-bought some more jungle val just because all the jungle val I had, I don't know what it was, maybe it was like a dodgy batch of it I had, but it all just melted off and died, and it just like, I think that's probably mainly why I had such an algae problem, just because I didn't get it out quick enough and it just all like totally messed up my water. So I'm hoping this stuff's going to do a bit better. I planted it quite densely, but I'm going to probably get a couple more bunches. Now as far as restocking it with fish go, I've actually got a couple of fish recently, and I'll be able to show you. I bought a pair, a male and female, ancistrus or Bristlenose Pleco. So this is the female here. You can tell obviously that she's a female because she doesn't have the bristles around her snout, and obviously that's where they get the name Bristlenose Pleco. And the male is just on the glass back there. You probably can't see him. I don't know if you can just see him through that Rotella. Sort of see him right there, right at the tip of my finger. He tends to hide quite a lot. She comes out, generally comes around the front and everything. I just got back from school and he was out here, but as soon as I walked in the room he just shot to the back, so yeah, so future plans, I was looking at Precox rainbows, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but they're a smaller breed of rainbow fish, sort of a silvery colour, and then the males will develop more of a, I believe it's like a red, pinky tinge, and the females are more yellow, and they're really colourful as they get older, as obviously the same as Boschmanis, they really colour up when they settle down. Or I could go for, I'm not sure about live bearers, they're too much hassle to be honest, like with the babies and all that, you've got to put pre-filters on, and I just can't be doing with it to be honest, but I'll probably have to do that anyway if I get my Bristlenoses to breed, so but I don't know, I'd definitely go for some Cory cats. I'm looking at the panda Cories or maybe some peppered Cories. Panda Cories I really like. I really like the pandas. Obviously there's the Julie's Cory or the leopard Cory, and I really like that as well, but I did have some of those before, but I don't know, I'm going to have to watch some Dustin's fish tanks and have a look at his Cories, because his Cories are absolutely amazing. I just get a bit of inspiration off that. So I'm sorry for not making a video on this tank for ages. Yeah, I just really haven't got around to it, and it was looking a mess. I just tidied it up and bought some new stuff for it. So future plans, obviously more hair grass around the front there, a couple more rocks around the front and behind that rock and behind that rock, and a bit of pogostemon around there as well. Bit more jungle val at the back as well. I just have to wait for that to grow up. I'm going to be getting a better CO2 system here. Definitely some cory catfish. I'm going to be trying to go for stuff that prefer more of an acidic soft water, like, you know, the Bristlenose Plecos, the tetras, that sort of thing. That's one of the reasons I don't want to go for live bearers, because they prefer more of a sort of moderately hard alkaline water, which I don't have here, and plus because I have bogwood in the tank, that alters the pH of the water as well, makes it more of an acidic pH. So yeah, something that the fish are going to be happy with, really. So rainbow fish would be probably a good option. Maybe some different tetras, like flame tetras, something like that. Quite like those. You know, there's quite a few things I could go for, really. Haven't really thought about it, but I'll definitely do my research and have a look down at my LFS and see what they've got. So yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. If you got any questions about this tank, equipment, fish, decoration, whatever, you name it, I'll answer it for you. Just comment on this video. I want to remind you guys that my 250 subscriber contest is still running at this current time. It depends when you're watching this video to see if it's closed. To see if the contest has closed, go check out my channel. The contest closes when I have 330 subscribers. So go check out my channel. If I've got less than 330, you can still enter. And please, please, please do enter. I've only had a very small response, and I am thinking of actually postponing the contest until I get like at least 10 responses, because I've only had about 6 or 7 right now. And I really did want some more response to that video. So please go and enter. And obviously you can find that video on my channel. So thanks for watching, guys. Please like, comment and subscribe.